We waited all this fucking time. We waited all this fucking time for you to download the game, and you fucking get yourself banned. Are you fucking shitting me? This didn't go well, did it?
Not a great start. Something's stomping about.
Oh,
we got another.
Right, hello everybody. Has the camera not woken up, or is it not working? No, it is okay. It is working. It's a bit overkeen. But it is working. Hello everybody. I am back. Camera, fucking behave, innit? Yeah. So hello. This is the most down to the wire that I think I've ever done a stream, and I say that because Josie J, thank you so much for the subscription. Oh, thank you for the subscription, and it's nice to see you. Were you always Josie J 86? I always remember you as Josie J. I don't know. Anyway, it's good to see you, and yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, my birthday was a few days ago, but I was ill. So if my camera, you're not playing ball with me today. Let's try and schmoozy it on over this way a bit. Right, there we go. Maybe we'll just move the chair here then. That's what we'll do. We'll present from here. We'll present from here for this time. Yeah, this is the most down to the wire I think I've ever done a stream. Because the download of the game is still 93% downloaded, and once it's done, I've got to move it to the gaming hard drive and then install it. So, so I think it's just a zip, so I don't have to install it, but I then need to get the settings right. So this is kind of, yeah, this is easily the most down to the wire that it's a stream has been for me. So because I was ill, I couldn't do the stream that I wanted to do on Monday, which was to have a big, online meet out with my friends, and we would just, play some golf and get absolutely frustrated with each other and not be friends anymore. So I wasn't able to do that because I fell ill and lost my voice, and my voice is still a wee bit shit, so I'm going to be drinking lots of fluid. I say water, but it's probably going to be cider. And it's just about to finish downloaded. So yeah, today is the release to the early access group of the Titanic. Now, I thought this was the alpha, but I am mistaken. So it is the Titanic Honor and Glory demo 4. They couldn't do the camera, buddy. You're pissing me off. You are literally one fucking step away from. What if I zoom in a wee bit more? Will that make the problem worse? I think it'll make the problem worse. I might just turn it. I might just. Or just now. It's just busy. But just while I'm waiting for that to move hard drive. Bear with me one of those seconds. I'm gonna go to that G drive. Thankfully, SSD to SSD, so it's not going to be too shabby. Right, so for the camera to behave itself, we need to do one thing. So let's just begin the process of extracting it. Extract. Here we go. Right, that'll take a few minutes to do its thing. Let's zoom in on little Hibble. There we go. Okay, right. So I've just turned the fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Right. Okay. This'll do us for just now. Josie J, thank you so much for the Hibble Kibble redemption. I've just had a very big dinner, so I was half hoping that that wouldn't come up, but thank you so much. I will enjoy some Hibble Kibble throughout the night. Yeah, so this isn't the alpha as I thought it was. This is the 4th demo. prerequisite. So I'm just very quickly going to get it set up, and then hopefully we can get underway. Which would be pretty awesome. So let's go to options, display. Let's go to windowed, and let's do this. So as okay, apply. Give that a little moment to unshit itself. Now if we do this, and then do this, fuck. It's got the fucking Britannic problem of the settings don't fucking save. Wow. Right, let me just take a wee second here to sort this. Graphic limitations, yada yada yada, apply. Let's put the graphics to as high as we can fucking get them. Excellent. Excellent. Right, okay, I think we are almost ready. Get underway, folks. Right. Let me just unfuck my Twitch. Because I had I put literally everything I could fucking get away with off, so that my the download would go just that wee bit faster. Let's go to producer. Let's get, but now that I'm up and running, I don't need to worry about that. So let's get my work back on Abcots. Let's get my work back on Stewie C, on Rallic, on Tam, and Octi is not live at the moment. Right, so let's talk about lurk. Him. Right then, lurky boy, yes. Right, without further ado, let's go to this menu. Let's go to the game capture, and let's game capture. Well, I got a game cap. Oh, right, okay, there it is. There, okay, it's under a different name. That's fine. Right, excelente. So that should now load. Whee, we're here. I'm so fucking excited. I am so fucking excited. This is unreasonable amounts of excite. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and explore. So basically, I did want to read out the message that starts at the start of this demo. And basically, what it says is that this. Hey, Fudge, how's it going? What it says is that this is a demo which was. It's not a demo of the game. Thanks for the alert, Badge. It's not a demo of the game. It is a demo that was made to create screenshots to promote the project. So this was never really something that was meant to be playable in the way that it's being released to us. But more, it was just a tool for making promotional stuff. But in order to be able to explore the Titanic, they released it. So there is going to be two parts of this, because they are going to be releasing more stuff later. So we will we'll get to come back to do even more. I'm excited. I don't know what to say. I'm excited. So daytime is the only one that we have. The nighttime one will be released later. And second and third class boarding is not an option. Because again, that's coming the next time out. But we're going to go into first class. And already I can feel my voice having issues. So yeah, so I'll admit your poor voice, I know. I'll admit that there isn't going to be quite. Oh fuck! Oh my gidding Tigusius! What the fuck are up with these mouse sends? Holy shit! Mouse sensitivity, fucking Not that. Okay, how are we doing? That's more manageable. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Right. Why so sensitive, Nancy? Yep. I can feel myself starting to croak a bit. Right. So the other thing, again, because this is a tool for getting screenshots, there's no little information bubbles as there is on the Britannic game. Now, for those of you on Twitch, the Britannic stuff predate? Does it predate it? Yeah, no, yeah, the Britannic, my Britannic content predates my time on Twitch. So we, yeah, a lot of you who are here just now probably won't have seen it. But you know, there's a lot of little information bubbles on Britannic that you could look at and you could see, you get more information about the areas you're with. Because this is a tool for screenshots, that option isn't really available. So I'm basically going to have to talk you through most of it, for which my voice is going to thank me. Wah. Is it telling, by the way, that I took 2 paracetamol and some cocodamol earlier before this stream? So yeah, so when you board, the first class boarding was on D deck. I'm going to be doing a lot of this for rip your voice, tell me about it, Casey. I'm going to be doing a lot of this from memory, so I may get a few things wrong. I am known to get things wrong, so if I say anything wrong, feel free to hit me up in the chat or the comments if you're watching this on YouTube afterwards. Yeah, so this is the D deck first class passenger entrance. There is another set of doors over here. And so they are sealed shuts, but they can take you outside into the outer area. So where we start is in the D deck first class dining facilities, which are right. You know what? I've turned the mouse sensitivity down quite a bit. I think I need to turn it down even more. It's still pretty fucking wild. Yeah. So yeah, here we go. So this is the Wow, that's not gonna get awkward at all. That is my button for taking screenshots. So if you see me do a little curtsy like so, I'm taking a screenshot. Don't worry about it. So yeah, this is the start of the D deck dining area. So in the previous demo, and I fired this up yesterday to get some screenshots here. How do I use? That's not it. What the fuck do I use? Oh, it's left click. Right, okay, so I can go through doors. So like your ability to wander the dining room kind of ended. This is stunning. Yeah. That's the piano. So this is the first class dining saloon. If you were a first class ticket holder, this is where you would dine. You can see it's pretty fucking fancy. And also it's got facilities here. So on Sunday, all of these tables and chairs are cleared to the sides, and actually this becomes the first class church as well. So prayers were held in this part of the ship. I don't really know. I don't really know where to go. Oh, this one's locked, so I can't go that way at least. Right. So there are going to be some. So like I started saying earlier, there are some aspects of the Titanic. There's going to be less stuff available for us to see than I necessarily hoped. It's really just the first class facilities. They decided that they're going to release a demo across effectively 4 parts. So there is Stage 1 early access, Stage 1 full, Stage 2 early access, and then Stage 2 full. So only after Stage 2 full are we actually going to get access to kind of all of the areas. But at the moment, there's hopefully enough to do us for a stream. Maybe a short stream given my voice. Right. I think probably the best thing to do, right, is Okay, so do we go from the bottom up or the top down? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Wang. Smoking in the companionways is strictly forbidden. Always start at the bottom, alright? Can do. Right, so let's go down as far as we can. So this is the no. This is the half grand staircase of the... No, this is the grand staircase, I think. One has lit. Oh no, they both have lifts. Oh god, I'm confused already. Cheers to the look, Relic! So like this, so this here, this is Scotland Road, but we can't go in there because of, hi and bye, no problem, Relic. This is, yeah, this is Scotland Road, we can't go in there because they've already said it is not rendered. So if we go all the way to the bottom, let's go all the way to the bottom, okay? And we'll have a look and see what we've got. So a wee bit of loading lag here. So this is, oh, it's a bit dark. We can't move. Oh god. So this is basically the attendance for the first class luxury facilities. So yeah, so this is the kind of the quarters. Oh, fuck, I can't close the fucking door. What the fuck? Do I have to crouch through it? Question mark. Oh, I do. Okay. So basically, all of the people who attend the spa facilities that were on board the Titanic are kind of quartered down there along with some supply cupboards. So on F deck, this is the first class fancy as fuck room. So this here is a Turkish bath. I'll take a wee sit. Look at that. Yep. So this is a Turkish baths. I don't know how far we can go in here. So there's a kind of, so this is a changing facilities, and you basically come here. It's a nice warm space to like lounge and be absolutely pampered. There's a sauna and a hot room and stuff through here. So I don't think. Oh, we can. Oh yeah, we can go. We can go all the way there. Excellent. Fucking excellent. So I don't actually know exactly what is covered in this. So here we go. Right. So this, I think is. So this is the sauna proper. This I think is the cool room, and I think this will be the hot room. I can't quite remember the layouts of them. But this is basically where you come to, have a wee pampering. You've got shower room. I think there's another shower room here actually as well. And you've got one of the most terrifying creations I think I've ever heard of in my entire life. But this is the electric bath. Don't worry, he's supposed to be there. And it's a horrible looking contraption. So basically that is hell creepy. Yeah, you're right. It also doesn't help that you've got a motherfucking cadaver just like looking up at you. But the electric bath basically kind of seals you in, and then it uses electricity to heat water, and it's basically like a one-man sauna that just kind of like steams you up inside. For those of you who have played the game Titanic and Adventure Out of Time, you may remember that in fact there is a murder that is committed in the electric bathroom, which is maybe where my fear of the fucking concept of these things come from. So come. Okay, I need to crouch to do it correctly. So where am I going? So I don't think any of these spaces are accessible. Can we get into the swimming pool? I think the swimming... Oh, okay. Well, the door doesn't work, but we can get into the swimming pool. So this is the Titanic's swimming pool. Unlike the intended passenger variant of the Britannic, the Titanic swimming pool was a lot less grand. I mean, you can see the rivets and bulkheads, something you never really could on the Britannic. Yeah. Here's some pipes. So you've basically got all the dressing rooms. Not sure how many dressing rooms you need for a tiny ass swimming pool, but hey, what can you do? And yeah, you got 2 showers. Can we go for a swim? Well, let us. Oh well. Splashy, splashy. Woo. So yeah, here's that door. You should probably try just like running into doors in general and seeing if you can no clip through them, because apparently that might work. Right. I wonder two things. I wonder two things just before we get started in this in earnest. First of all, this camera situation's peeving me off. Let's open up you, and let's just try this again. It's gone right to my face, which is kind of good. So what I need to do then is go to you and then wind you back so you don't have a creepy close up. Okay. So yeah, not too bad, not great, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we can stop it from being too problematic. The other thing I need to do is, so I realize the one problem with having my button the way it is. Can I do oh, I can. Yeah, so I think the thing about having the button the way it be is that so let's just test this to make sure this doesn't crash anything. No, it doesn't. Okay. Right. So yeah, I just need to change something. So my problem with screenshot gathering is that if I crouch every time I start taking a screenshot, then all my screenshots are going to be blurry, and we don't want that. Do we want to? Yeah. Yeah, we we want to avoid that. So let's amend this very, very quickly. So let's just do observing keystrokes. This top menu. Hey Duke, how's it going? Okay, so we've now amended that. Hopefully that should now work. So let's just go back into the swimming pool. Oh fuck, okay. We'll just have a lag back into the swimming pool apparently. Right, let's see if we can take a screenshot here. So it's worked, it's not crashed the game. That's absolutely perfection. And now if we go to pictures, screenshots, December. Yay! I have an appropriate looking screenshot. Perfection. Perfection. Excellent. Okay, fine. So Queso said we should go explore the bottom of the ship, and explore the bottom of the ship we have. So yeah. This is the spa facilities that are on board the Titanic, including a cadaver. Cadaver's not supposed to be there. I forget what actually this is behind that door there. I'm not actually too certain. Right, so yeah, so that is basically all that is on the F deck that we can access at the moment. It looks regal as fuck. Yeah, they went for a very kind of, you know, Arabian palace feel when they were designing this for the Olympic. Well, for the Titanic, certainly. I don't know if other Olympic liners were the same. So this is the E deck. So swimming and Turkish baths are down there. So this is Scotland Road. So Scotland Road, for those of you who don't know, as a street effectively that runs the entire length of the Titanic, with regular, well, not the entire length, but most of the length of the Titanic, with staircases up and down at regular points, allowing the staff to traverse all decks, and also allows the third class passengers to get from one end of the stuff to the other. So third class passengers who are families or women have to be kept separately from first class males who are traveling alone, because the ethos of the time was that third class males were you know, horrible sorts who would not be able to control their urges, and so should be kept separate from single women and families. And sadly, I'm not really over dramatizing that. So here's the lifts that will take you up to all the floors. We can't use them yet, but yeah. The lift shafts stop at E deck, so you can't go any higher than that. And I think from this staircase, that is about as far as we can get. So let's go upwards. I do need to hop on back to my stream. I realised I was watching Amazon. Right. So yeah, come up. So we've got the D deck dining room, which we've seen. So let's go explore around the other D-deck areas. So, yeah. So the thing is, if you've ever been on a modern cruise, you'll appreciate how not actually that fancy some of these features are, because we've obviously got used to like to luxury accommodation on cruise liners. So even among first class, so D deck, we're still in the first class rooms, and yeah, so that's the dining room there. Yeah, so there's not many rooms that have toilets in them. So here you've got the ladies' lavatory and things. You know, there is still communal bathroom. Well, actually, communal toilets and communal bathrooms are not actually necessarily the same thing. So we'll have an explore around the place. There are some places that we're going to be able to get into, so we can't go into absolutely every cabin, nor would we want to, because it's going to get fucking samey fast. But we will just have a wee check to see what we can and can't get into. Yeah, I do wish in retrospect. Actually, hang on. If I look at the folder, because I know in the old demo there was a map that tells me what you could and could not get into. Beans, thank you for the hydrate. I'll need it to stop my voice from glassing over. Demo. So yeah, so there was a map. No, okay, so there's no map. Oh, thank you for the subscription.
Kill all the boat.
Kill the boat, yeah, downstream. Sadly, this is just Titanic exploration. It's not actually, you know, recreation of the sinking. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Ooh, it's a staircase. Octi, hello, thank you for the lurk. Burn the ship down. So there is a staircase here. How about yes? How about no? I mean, so talking of on the subject of burning the ship down, the Titanic did have regular firefighting equipment at regular points. So you see here, you've got an outlet to attach a fire hose. I think around the other side I saw a fire hose actual somewhere. No, I've seen one, but you know there are fire hoses. There are outlets for hoses and things. There's a wee staircase going down to E deck. I'm not actually sure where this fucking takes us. Ah, okay. So this is part of Scotland Road, I think. Would this be part of Scotland Road? Or is it on the other side? I've considered it last lap again. Still no. Okay, so I'm kind of getting into unfamiliar territory. So I know a lot about the passenger areas. I've got no fucking idea what road. This is a staircase to the squash court! So the Titanic had a fully formed squash court. So I think this takes us down there. Yes, it does! Yes, it fucking does! So you've got one of the outlets for the fun. So we're actually close to one of the boilers down here. I'm just leaving you two to have a fight in your comment. Okay, I hope you have a good luck. And Beans, I'm kind of just ignoring this conversation that's going on. But thank you so much for the subscription. That's very kind. We're actually right next to the tips of the boiler rooms, so you can kind of hear them. You know, I've got my ear pressed at the wall here. If we come to here, yeah, we've got the squash court. It's got viewing area and everything. So, you know, the idea of there being like gyms and squash courts and stuff on board a ship is kind of like nothing to us who've been on a cruise before. It doesn't include me, by the way. But yeah. So this, I'm not actually sure where this is going to take us to. Oh, it takes us to the post office. Yeah, excellent. So, for those of you who don't know, the official designation of the Titanic. So most ships of the era were SS something, which is steamship. So you know, as opposed to you know, sailing ships of the time. Yeah. So this is a steamship. But the Titanic wasn't SS. She would have been, but actually because she had operations of Her Majesty's Royal Mail, she carries the she carried, I guess, the designation RMS Titanic, which means, as I think you guessed there, Beans, it means a Royal Mail steamer. And so, being a Royal Mail steamer, you've got to have some perks of the Royal Mail. So the Titanic had on board it a fully fledged post office, which is what you see here. So the mail clerks. So basically, international post bound for America were just fucking flung onto the Titanic, and the post office staff actually sorted it en route there. So you got the mail sacks and the sorting trays and yada yada yada, and then yeah, so you've got kind of secure store area, and then you go downstairs, and then you've got the mail hold. So there's a wee bit of a dumb waiter here, and yeah, you've got the more postal store. There is a kind of on the other side of the bulkheads. There is so much mail. Yep. Yeah. So somewhere over like the other side, there is also the like first class baggage and stuff that the purser would be able to access, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this was the postal hold here. Interestingly, so the iceberg that struck the Titanic, it struck on the starboard side, so the side that we are on. I'm trying to remember my starboard, important starboard. So the postal room here, actually, the iceberg was a terrorist against the mail. Yeah. The post room here was actually one of the first places that started taking on water. So we are very far down the ship. I mean, like, you can hear the boiler. The boiler is practically behind us here. It's not really below us. It's basically behind us. I mean, it is actually. But yeah. So the postal clerks were actually some of the first people when the Titanic hit the iceberg to realize just how serious it was. And they all started trying to move their postal sacks to safety. Yeah. So if I come through here, oh fuck. Oh, okay. We have a dodgy load here. Yeah, so here's the area that I was meaning, actually. So it's one floor up. So this is the kind of the baggage area. So while there was like a big goods cargo hold, a lot of stuff was kind of stored not on the save their sacks. Yeah, a lot of them did spend the initial moments of the sinking moving the post bags up to higher areas. The rumor that the Titanic was unsinkable it never existed until after the Titanic had sank. Nobody on board the Titanic believed it wasn't sinkable, but they didn't know at the time how bad the damage was, and so you know the postal workers they spent their time just trying to save the mail, doing what they could. It was unsinkable after it sunk. Yeah. Well, it makes for better headlines, isn't it? The unsinkable sink sunk. So we can go downstairs again. I'm trying to work out what deck we're actually on now. I'm kind of uncertain. You can see there's not a lot of stuff. So yeah, basically this is more storage space that people could put their shit in on their journey to America, to which of course they didn't actually made it. They hit the iceberg and they hit the big sad. So yeah, that is down here. I didn't think we'd be able to get down here, but yeah, there you go. Post office, motherfuckers. So eventually, can I? Ooh. No. Resume. Have I just? Oh lordy. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Right. Hang on. What am I looking at here? Right. Okay. Oh well. So yeah, so this is the yeah, so that is the post office and the squash clerk. So if we climb back up here, so yeah, there was nothing else here, was there? So go back up to D deck, and I think that's all we can access from this part of D deck at the moment. Cool. Yeah, we've not been able to see any rooms yet. Hopefully we can. I like how a lot of things are cleverly disguised. So like a few of the electrical junction boxes are just kind of neatly printed into the wall. You know, quite nice, quite nice. Right. So let's go upstairs to C deck now. So we've had a look at we've had a look at the big D. Let's head up. I realize I'm not actually doing any fucking screenshots. Oh, that's fine. I'll come back and do them later. So those of you who remember the James Cameron Titanic film, I believe this is the downstairs area where Jack meets Rose when they're going for dinner that night. So this is C deck. Electric heaters on for reasons. Can we get into any of the cabins? Near, far, wherever. I can't sing that. My voice. So, wang. This is the purser's office. So those of you who have played Titanic, yep. Those of you who have played Titanic and Adventure Out of Times knows that this is where you could. Well, actually, sorry, that's not strictly true. This is the inquiry's office. It's not strictly the purser's office, although you can find the purser's office here. So if we come in here, oh, I can't come in here. Okay, well, fine. So through this porthole is the purser's office. Basically, it's a small little room adjoining the inquiry's office. And if you play your cards right, and I never knew this until a couple of years ago, but if you play your cards right, you can actually get the purser to shoot you in this thinking. Ah! D-Day! I'm losing my voice again.
Months. Hibble pickle hibble pickle teener 1 discount teener 1 discount.
Teener 1. I've never heard that be said aloud, but Teener 1 I like. I think because it rhymes with wiener and it's a discount dick and it's a teener. It's a teener. I think I'm gonna refer to the discount dick as this teener. Thank you so much, Teeny. You're making me lose my voice. Yeah. Twitch baby. Woo. So yeah, this is kind of a belated birthday type shenanigans where I did want to have fun with a whole bunch of friend folk, but this gammy ass throat put. I know. My wee boys. Yeah, my throat put a wee bit of an end to that. So instead, I've got an alternative. Yes, this is the Titanic, and we are exploring it. So we've had a look at the big ass dining room. We've gone downstairs to the post room. We've checked out the swimming pool, squash courts, and Turkish baths. We're now up to C deck. So let's go and see if we can't find anywhere to break in. So yeah, in the other. Ooh. So this is one of the washrooms. So you'd come there to freshen your hands. This is a fucking phone room. You can phone different rooms of the Titanic. I never realized that you had internal phone communications. So this is basically what we're looking at here. So I wonder, can we see any of the? No. Yeah, so basically, for those of you who've never heard of Titanic Honor and Glory before, what do you do in this? So this is the demo, Teeny. So basically, the demo is just simply to explore, to look at pretty things, to explore the Titanic, and it gives people like me who are really sweaty about Titanic history. A chance to flex some knowledge, which will inevitably in the YouTube comments be proven to be wrong. I think the thing is, so the demo 401, basically, rather than being a demo of the finished game, this demo 401 is they made a tool for getting screenshots for their promotional material. So it was never supposed to be explored in this way, but they decided to release it to give people like a chance to actually kind of, go around and explore Titanic in awesome detail. I'm just trying to see if there's any fucking rooms that we can go inside. I know there are rooms that we can go inside, but I just don't know. I don't know what ones they are. So yeah, basically that's all this is a wee chance to walk about the Titanic in detail that we've never seen before. Though some of the nameplates are missing. That's awesome, yeah. So it did originally start as a game, did Titanic Honor and Glory. But unfortunately, right, where are we looking at? I think this is just rooms, to be honest. It did start as a game, but I think because development was taking so... Oh, here's the cabin. We'll come back to that. Because development was taking so long, I think they've kind of started trying to focus less on a... Well, funny you should say that, Teeny. There is actually a horror-based game of the Titanic. I forget its name, but I can look it up. I forget what platform it released on, but yeah, it's... Wait, why the fuck is it misty? What the fuck? Is that just here? Is it because it's slightly dark? Yeah, it's slightly dark. Right, okay. Yeah, so I think it was supposed to be some kind of murder mystery type thing. Similar but different to Titanic and Adventure at the time. That being said, yeah, the developers were concerned at how long development was taking, or more correctly, the backers were concerned at how long development was taking. So I think they're at the moment trying to move towards a finished, explorable, educational sinking experience like they did with the Britannic that they released last year, the year before. Rather than a kind of like fully fledged game. Because ultimately, the problem with a Titanic game is you know how the story's going to end, right? It's going to fucking hit the ice cube and fucking have a bad time. So, here's a look at a C-class cabin. So again, we're talking about how in cruises, we're kind of used to what... we're used to much fancier accommodations than what you would find in the in Titanic. So this... Whoa, spoilers! Yeah. I'm gutted that you haven't got a Titanic flute sandal. Yeah. I can add one if you really fucking want. Okay, it shouldn't take too long to do. Sound alerts dashboard. Here we go. Log in with Twitch. Log in with Twitch. Why is it making me do this twice? I'm now that nobody else. Do you want me to not add one, or will I just make it like 500 bits or something? Just to really fucking wind you up. Library. Let's go for Titanic. Flute. Oh my god, there's so many. I think you probably want one of the shit ones, don't you? Ah, well, I can't get one that's not. I don't want to keep clicking them and then I get like fucking copyright striked. Do you know what people are sad about though? That you're in here with your damn opinions. Rude. Yes. All right. Okay. If anyone knows what the ridiculous one's called, but I'm not gonna accidentally tickle that Celine Dion version and get one of them hot, spicy copyright strikes. So yeah, so this is a 2-bedroom first class accommodation for the Titanic. This one's slightly unusual because it's got a view out the side, which we can't see because glare, but it's also got a view out the front, which we can barely see because glare. Fuck. So yeah, we cheeky porthole. I'm all pickled up. Can't be at a bit of pickle. Oh, it was a yes to the flute. Well, if you want one, you'll have to tell me what the dodgy Titanic flute's called, because I don't know, and I don't want to keep clicking the Celine Dion ones. Yeah, so this is basically what a first class room looks like. Woo! Let's go see what other shit we can find. So the ladies and then the gents is around the other side once again. It's communal bathrooms. The rooms, as you saw, didn't most of them didn't have en suites. Definitely not Yas. That makes me sad. I was going through a bad period in my life. I regret it. Wait, what? What? Don't be sad. What the fuck is this door funky? What the fuck? Okay. Right. So yeah, let's. So again, if you are familiar, oh, I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? If you're familiar with Titanic: An Adventure Out of Time, which is a great game if a little dated. I remember the amount of times it used to fucking blue screen my computer when I was trying to play it. I don't know what's up with this weird fucking wavy effect. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm just trying to skip through this. So I think it's on this side. So cabin C43, which is further, not further back, further up? Question mark. It's probably. I mean, to be fair, it's probably not in the right place as the game. But C43 was your cabin in Titanic: An Adventure Out of Time. It's definitely the drug. What the fuck? The wavy effect. Yeah, it could be the drugs. Ooh, here's a darkened room, which I don't know why this is here, but we can break into this room. Ah! Fuck. So they do warn you to press. Let's try that again. They do warn you to press right up against the doors before you open them. And now, so this is a proper first class cabin. Look at this bad boy. Oh, this is a room. Fuck yeah. Like, it's got an electric fan. It's got a writing desk. It's got a fireplace. Fun fact for those of you who don't know. The Titanic actually had a fire on its voyage. There was a conspiracy. Why does a boat have a fire? It's got a fireplace. It's a stately room. Ain't it? You gotta have stately rooms. Yeah, the Titanic actually caught fire in one of its coal holds, which was quite common for ships at the time. The fire burned for 7 days. There was a conspiracy theory that the fire had a major implication in the sinking of the Titanic. It was probably not strictly true, but yeah, that's literally how the boat moved. he's right, you know. A big fire is literally how the boat moved. That's really well done to me. That is absolutely good shit. I'm fucking markering fuck out of that bad boy. So yeah, so this is one of the more grandiose first class cabins. So once you start getting into the center of the Titanic, you start getting into fancy rooms. And what I mean by fancy rooms is you go from having a room where you sleep in to multiple rooms, and then to multiple rooms with a room for your servant. I think C deck actually is the start of this. So you come through here and you've got the first class bedrooms consisting of this here, and yeah, so you know, double bed for the family, and then one for little Timmy or whatever. Wash facilities. I think there's probably a bath there. Oh no, so you've got ensuite toilet. Oh, look at that for luxury. It's just a hole with some rivets. And then a wee bathtub complete with a shower with no plug, so fuck knows how they got the water out. Probably did have a plug, it's just not been rendered in. So yeah, your own bathroom. WSL stands for White Star Line. And through here would be the cabin for presumably the servants. A very luxurious toilet. Yep. Okay, cool. So here, so I'm gonna go to the other end of the ship. So we were at the foreground staircase. Just before we do, I kind of want to go ahead and see if Can we go in here? Oh, we can. Yeah, so this is an example. Okay, I can't go in here. But yeah, so here's some slightly like less luxurious accommodation. It's basically got rooms, but no feckin' windows. So yeah, absolutely shipwrecked. Right, I'm just trying to see if there's any. So I've not really done this. I'm just kind of like, you know, wall humping to see if I can't get anything to light up. Oh, there you go. There's a fire hose. Well, there's no fire hose here for some reason, but the hose would be coiled around this thing here. So what you do is you would take the nozzle out, attach it to hose end A, and attach the hose to the water distributor here, and you could use that to fight fires. So if you take beans, what the fuck? Can we go in here? There's crew on there. Right. I meant the fireplace ball bag. You aren't very specific. You're not very specific. Well. Right. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's do a wee bit more wall humping. It's annoying that it doesn't have a map of what places you can and can't go into, because I just kind of I want to make sure we don't miss anything, because God forbid I don't want to come back. I'm just, yeah, doing a little dance door to door. I don't know. Is there? Nah, just Tini, why do your hands smell like bleach? What have you been doing? Okay. So yeah, bad plan, Chief. Yeah, having your hands smell like bleach is a bad plan, Chief. So if we come back to the sea deck, so there's two grand staircases on the Titanic. There is the forward grand staircase, which is big and grand and all that fucking bollocks. And then there's the aft grand staircase, which is where we're at here. You can tell them apart because the aft grand staircase doesn't have lifts. I wasn't necessarily sure of that fact before, but yeah, I remember now that it does. So the aft grand staircase has it starts at sea deck and goes right the way to the top. The main grand staircase goes all the way to F deck and the Turkish baths, like we've seen, and then all the way up to the top. This here is the maids and valets salon. So if you were a maid or valet or otherwise a servant of one of the passengers on board, this isn't the pill that I thought it was. You would not be allowed to eat with the passengers. That was not allowed. The staff and the staff of the ship and the staff of the passengers had to eat separately. Sorry, I've got a wee bit of a sore tummy, so I'm going to deal with that. Yeah, so this is where they would come to eat. So they'd come in here, and it's actually not bad. It basically just looks like fucking up. Not really sure where this leads. No. How in all my wall bashing did I miss this? Ah, yes, okay. So there were multiple different. Wait, hang on, I think I missed something here. Bathed the doggos and had to clean the bath out, and the spray bottle broke, so I just to straight up pour it all over the bath. Therefore, somehow got it. Oh no, Teeny! There is nothing worse than the smell of bleach on your hands, because, like, I mean, for me, it just gives me fucking headaches. I will literally stand at the sink and pour an entire bottle of soap on me to just get the smell. Oh yeah, there you go, friggin' hate the smell. But yeah, it's horrible. It actually gives me a headache. Yeah, so this is the dining facilities for the maids and valets. White Star Line were the primary operators of the ship, but several of the ship's facilities were made and operated by a company called Marconi. So the most famous of which is a Marconi radio, which was the radio that was on board the Titanic, and this is their Marconi's officers, so petty officer and Marconi officers salon. So this is a salon actually. This isn't a dining facility. So this is where they would just come to get shipwrecked. It's just a bad choice of words, to be honest. This is where they would come to have a drink and just generally chill out. Speaking of salons, we're at the sea deck barbershop. The Titanic had a fully functioning barbershop on board. They can come in here and look. Bad boy. Look at this. Yep. So yeah, this is the barber shop where you could come for a trim and all of that noise. Okay. Fine. Let's head aft. Oh look, another room. So here's a single bedroom room. So you can see here the Titanic had mixtures of single bedrooms, double single bedrooms, or twin single bedrooms, double bedroom, you know, blah blah blah, etc. etc. So more cabins. Just look at the same thing. We can go a rummaging in. So we're getting to kind of more staff areas, and I don't know necessarily if it'll let us show. So this is the chief steward's accommodation, the restaurant manager, and now we're getting to the part that excites me because I like games like Project Hospital. So here you go. Here is the entrance to the Titanic's surgical wing. So the Titanic was equipped with a hospital. Oh, it does let us go in. Fantastic. So the Titanic was equipped with a hospital that had 4 3-bedroom wards and 2 3-bedroom special isolation infectious diseases wards. It was also equipped with a surgical theatre, and on board was a duty doctor, an assistant doctor, plus nurses. Sneaky birthday cheer while Jay isn't looking at me neglecting my
birthday cheer whilst Jay isn't looking at me neglecting my mod duties. P.
P? Oh, right. That's fucking a mo. Lou, thank you so much. Welcome aboard the Titanic. We're at the part that excites me because it's a fucking hospital on board the Titanic. Yeah, so I was discussing this with Octi, who's also working, because Octi is away streaming at the moment. In fact, her stream is now online, so I should drop my good friend a good lurk. Lurk, 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 lurk. Still a great mod, yep. Blue for best mod. Yeah, so yeah. It's the absolute worst. I can only stomach it if it's covering something else. The graphics on this look amazing, yeah. Yeah, Lou, that's why I was so excited to play it, because, I mean, it's exploring the time. I mean, hang on, just before you go, because I know you're only here for a second. This is the aft grand staircase. Let's quickly wheek you back to the main grand staircase. You can have a look at You can have a look at that before you head back to your moderation duties. And thank you so much for the cheer, by the way. That's very, very kind of you. Yes, look at this. Look at the pretty. You can, you know, if you're all the way at the bottom, which I think we can get to here, you can kind of look all the way up. Oh yes, so pretty. I'm so fucking excited. I love this. Right, we're over here. Right, so let's go see the hospital. Which I'm kind of excited about. There's some absolute staircase goes right here, right? Absolute 100% staircase goes. So yeah, continuing our tour. And for those of you who are perhaps only here for can only stay for a wee bit, I will be posting this video up on YouTube. I realize I'm probably actually ship surgeon. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I will be posting this on YouTube sooner than I normally do. Purely just to kind of go over this stuff here. So it won't let us in here, but through this door here is the surgical theatre. So this is where if a patient needed surgery, they would actually have surgery through this room. But we go downstairs and we are into the hospital. So initially you've basically got some stores, cupboards, and the hospital attendants here. So you saw the doorway. So I don't know, will it let us in any of these? So you see it's got a wee fan thing, so the doctors can look through and check in on the patients. I don't know if it will let us into any of the wards, to be fair. But basically you've got what is a second... So each of these rooms is like a second class accommodation. So it's got one bunk bed and one single bed. That forms one ward. So one ward has a maximum of 3 people in it, and there's 4 of them here. You can then come through. So you've got the infectious hospital on board the Titanic, and you've got separate bathhouses here, bathhouses and facilities, and then wards for people who need to isolate away from the rest of the crew, and indeed away from the rest of the hospital. Padded room. I actually want to double check that in a minute because I'm not sure that's on the plans. If my memory serves me correctly. Right, where the fuck's the hospital? Oh no, it's unmarked, but it is in fact there. Yeah, okay, it is there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so so there was a question about whether or like what would happen to somebody who was on board the Titanic who needed to be jailed. The Titanic did not have a jail. A lot of people like to talk about brigs, but the Titanic's not a military ship, so it would never be a brig. But if necessary, somebody could be secured in the padded room. Oh, Agni, thank you so much for the raid. I'm still losing my voice when I go high pitched. Oh Lord, we're in a padded room because we've been naughty. Oh, it's the Agni Ditch double raid. Oh, hello folks, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me give you one of them shout out. So we're just all the raids indeed. So we're just chilling out in a padded room. So let's continue chilling out in the padded room. Let's give ya all a raid. So Agni was first in. So let's go for Agni. Okay. Let's watch a little bit of Agni in action. Master Chief God.
You're still going to shoot him for fuck's sake. When you get on deck, you make for the head. We got a janitor on the take and he's playing.
Yeah, what was that?
And then you just cool your heels. Mingle. Try not to look like a hatchet man until Galati makes his appearance.
Are you okay there, Agni?
Wait for that bastard to start his speech, and only then do you put one between his eyes.
Okay. And then here's some ditch.
Like, clap me? Me a fucking duck.
Oh Lord.
Get away from me.
You're getting a bat massage.
What
Look at
is
you.
happening here?
Getting a bat massage.
No, that was a second Agni clip for some reason, but we'll go check out ditch now. Oh god, I hate Salt Song.
You? No, no you don't. Oh my god, seriously? Are you fucking what? The fuck's sake? God damn it.
This is actually amazing.
Motherfucker die!
You are having a bad time with that assault
There
song.
you
Very good. I hate Assaultrons. It's all like nothing scares me much in the Fallout universe, but Assaultrons, I will literally fucking take a 1-hour detour to avoid one single fucking Assaultron. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit of Ditch and Agni in action. If you aren't following those two wonderful streamers, feel free to chase down the links that Queso and I were fighting over each other to post. Apparently, nah, don't worry about it, Queso. Yeah, and welcome into you. I assume you were both playing some Halo together. I hope you both had a great stream. How's it going? Welcome in. We are here. So I've been off ill because my throat basically turned into this gangrenous massive cartilage and I couldn't speak for about 5 days. I still can't speak actually. If I start getting excited, then my voice goes all high pitched and then it hurts. And oh boy, does it hurt. Finished Reach off the Halo 4. Excellent. So are you doing it in the order that the games were released as opposed to chronological order? Okay. Yeah. I was doing it in chronological order. Better go bath now so I don't smell of wet dog. No problem, Teamy. Thank you for joining in and thank you so much for the lurk. So for those of you who've come in from Agni and Ditch's streams, Hello, I'm Hibblejaybob. As I started saying, I wasn't able to celebrate my birthday properly because of illness. So this is my first stream back. My birthday was 3 days ago, and we are exploring the Titanic 401 demo. So this is not a demo per se. We sadly have to skip Halo 5 because Ditch don't have access to it. Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna have the same problem with Rockstar. So this is part of the Titanic Honor and Glory project. The mega demo, as it was called, it's now called Demo 401 because it's the fourth demo, and 401 was also the Titanic's yard number when it was under construction. This was a tool for the developers to get screenshots and promotional shots, promotional footage for the project. It was never meant to be explored, but a couple of the developers who were involved with the current phase. Sorry to run, but my back being an asshole today. No problem at all, Ditch. Thank you so much for the raid. And yeah, absolutely, go try and fix that. Thank you so much for coming in, and I hope that you get your back started. So the 401 demo is that tool. So it's basically, there's no gameplay elements or anything to it. It is literally just you exploring the Titanic. So we've just finished in the Titanic's hospital, and indeed we've just done our we've just done our time in the padded room. So if we head back out, that concludes the sea deck. Whee. So if we go up the grand staircase, wow, links. Oh, am I being buttery biscuit botted? Oh, okay, there's salad doors. Jesus. Wow, that is a lot of people getting banned quickly. All right, okay, fantastic. Cool. Aha! Yes. So the aft grand staircase takes us to the a la carte menu. So you've got a wheel menu restaurant. So the Titanic I'm sorry. That's probably fucked up the camera as well. It has. Okay. Yeah. Let's come back. I'm trying to. I spent so long trying to get this goddamn camera to behave. Okay, cool. So, I just wanted to see something because I thought somebody was actually planning on joining today, but no, yeah, I assume he's dead. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we've been at the D deck first class restaurant, which is where everybody in the first class goes to eat for free. But that is not the only dining option open to first class passengers. So there is the Café Parisien, which is styled after a Parisian cafe, and there's a kind of popular but true thing that it was in fact mostly staff, like the staff was mostly Italians. Yes, help. Okay, so I do need that bar help. But yes, this is the Café Parisien. It is a fancy place where you could go for lunch and small bites of food. I'm not sure where the kitchen was, or I assume it's through here, but yeah, or I wonder if it's for the restaurant. So that is where you would go for like a light bite to eat. But you could also come to the a la carte restaurant, which was like the normal restaurant, but on motherfucking steroids. So this was not free, even if you paid many hundreds of pounds or however much it was for a first class ticket. You still had to pay to get into the a la carte restaurant. Oh, fancy it is. So yeah, so this place, so you got a cloakroom in here, and then you've got a kind of waitering area, which I'm not sure you're supposed to fucking get into. I'm not too sure where half of these doors go, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, so this is not free. Anybody who eats here has to pay extra for it, and as a result, it is extra fancy. I wouldn't like looking out my window in my fancy ass restaurant into another directly into another restaurant. Arzu, you're not. Oh, you're not showing in the feed. Does wow? I think that might be a wee bug. I think that might be the random subscriber bug because it's not showing in my activity feed. I'm afraid. Right, okay. Yeah, I don't know what causes that bug, to be honest. It causes random names to appear. But yeah. So if on this side of the restaurant you get a nice look out over the sea with your curtain, with your electric fan around the place. So yeah, this is how the fuck did they do that? Honestly, I don't know what happens. It feels like it's like a random test notification thing that comes up. I don't know. So let's see if we can't break ourselves into a B class accommodation. So you can see we've gone up a deck and already things are a wee bit fancier. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have a very rapid run and we'll just look for anything that we can interact with. Stop dying in hospital when I'm trying to paint the fucking walls. I was having a wee think about the other day, Queso, is that I'm not so sure if I'll be continuing my Project Hospital series. I might not. I've not quite decided yet. Come on, give me something to interact with. I want to go into one of these rooms. Yeah, so I'm actually not quite so sure about the future of my Project Hospital series. I'm not sure if I want to continue it or not, or whether or not I want to restart it. But that is food for thought for another time. Great advice. Yeah, don't die in a hospital when somebody's trying to paint the walls. There you go. 10 out of 10 advice. We can go in a room. I wonder if this is the only room that we can access MMS. Serpentine. Yeah, I think so. I like food for thought. Yeah. I might do something else for a wee bit, but basically I realized that the frame rate is diabolical because I've built a bad hospital, and I want to. I would probably want to restart the hospital, but at the same time, I've got so many other games that are just sitting there waiting to be played. I kind of don't want to hold off playing them to restart Hospital. I do love Project Hospital, and I will definitely come back to it at some point. But I'll definitely come back to it at some point, but I'm not necessarily so sure if I want to. Right, let us look at our doors and open the door. So this is a B deck first class accommodation. So this is where you start getting the really fancy shit. So B53 is the servants' quarters. So we can come in here. You got the living room. Is that a servants' quarters? Might be. So the B deck is where you start getting into your own private promenade. Look at this. So this is exclusively for the people who use this cabin. Can we open these doors? So this should take you through. Oh, okay, it doesn't. Gorgeous view, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, this is the private promenade of this cabin. So this must take you through to the bedrooms and stuff as well as the servants' quarters. So yeah, fancy AF. So that is B deck. I'm not really too sure if there's anything in the front of B deck or if we get to go outside. It's just water. It's just water. Honestly, that's why I don't go on cruises. Like, you know, the view is. I mean, yeah, Just a fucking view. Oh, wait. Rude. Let me in! That little hibble in. Okay, well, you can see the lifts, so despite the fact that the lifts only extend for 5 floors, they felt the need to have a motherfucking chair in each lift. And each lift had an attendant as well. So, you know, things. So can we go outside? No, not really. We can go outside to the private promenade, but that's about it. Water can be gorgeous. That is true. That is true. Water can be gorgeous. Can we break into these rooms? Oh, we can. So we've got another private promenade. But this time we can't actually get anywhere. But yeah, this will be the private promenade for this cabin, which we can't get to. Cool. Okay, so this now leaves us going up going up towards a deck. Painting. Art. Oh look! Oh look! Oh look at this! You can tell that when my frame rates are starting to chug like a little bitch, that the views are getting good. I'm actually maxing out my fucking new graphics card. That's pretty spicy. Cool. So welcome to the. Hang on. Can we get outside? Can we get outside? Oh. Not necessarily the most convincing we can. Right, let's have a look at what we can here. So A deck will have some interesting facilities that we can have a look at. No, I actually don't know that we can go outside. That's kind of rude. Oh, I can't go in here either. Oh, I can go in here. Excellent. Okay, one anticipating that. Right, let's just see what we can have a rummage. I bet you're a fucking joy on holiday. Wow. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I think we're maybe not supposed to get in here because it seems that the lighting and post-processing we've been scuffed. Oh, no, actually, no, not at all. Sorry, not at all. So this actually is one of the bulkhead lines. So you can tell it's just fucking, like, metallic. So that is the separation of the forward bulkhead. So yeah. So you can kind of see where the problems with the Titanic happened when the flooding got so much that, like, you know, so the bulkhead, I mean, water can just flow over this. There's no way of sealing this off. So, you know, that is what they call in the industry problematic. Right. So what the fuck is this? Ah. Yeah. Oh. Wow. An empty space. I get the feeling you weren't actually supposed to be able to get in here, unless this is intentionally an empty room. Yeah. I wonder if they meant to seal off those doors and forgot. Maybe what they weren't expecting was players like me who were just going from door to door and humping everything inside. Not fuck, I can't get through. To see if we can't get through. Yeah, so this is basically the sun deck here. A deck is home to the smoking lounge, which yes, we can get through it. Actually, can we get to the smoking lounge proper? It should be. Wait, where is the smoking lounge? What deck is the smoking lounge on? Am I lost? I'm probably lost. Right, this is. Oh fuck, that was a gammy load. So this is yes, this is the A deck general lounge. So this is where you go in Titanic and Adventure Out of Time when you're getting ready to bippity boppity and get the fuck off the property. And so yeah, this is where you come to relax and chillax and all of that noise. And then yes, so after that what the fuck? So the devs. The fuck? What? So the devs do point out that there are going to be some bugs to this process. There's another bulkhead here. The reason that there are bugs is this was always a tool for using a free roam tool in order to get screenshots. You weren't supposed to be able to walk about this in the way that we've done. Okay. So there might be bugs about the place, and that was one of them. So that was the A deck first class lounge. If we come aft of the ship as we are now, is there any fancy stuff here? Ah, yes, here we go. Okay, so it's lurking for 5. So this was Thomas Andrews' cabin. Thomas Andrew was the designer for the Titanic, the Olympic class liners. He was on board at the time of the sinking, and in fact died in the sinking. And he did bring all his plans on board, and in fact, he used his plans and knowledge of the fact that he designed the Titanic. He was the first one who realized that the Titanic was doomed to sink, because you're basically getting a good look here at the bulkhead arrangements below deck, which sadly we're not going to be able to see in this version of the alpha. But it's not the alpha, it's the demo 401. Very clear about that. So yeah, the Titanic could stay afloat with any 4 consecutive compartments breached, and the Titanic had was it 5? Was it 6? But more than 4, which meant Titanic was doomed to sink. So that was Thomas Andrews' cabin. We can come over here. I think we get a look at another first class cabin. So this is first class, but as you can see here, it's a kind of bunk cabin. So it's kind of designed for 3 individuals of a wealthy variety. Don't think we can go. I can't remember if we're going to be able to go outside in this one. I hope we are. This is the smoking room. So this is where first class gentlemen would come to smoke. You can see you've got your cigarette trays. You've got your box of matches. Match, my dear, match. You've got So you've got this. You come on Titanic and Adventure of Time, so where you come to play blackjack. I have a lot of fond memories of that game because I love the Titanic, and it was the only Titanic game I ever got to play. Got ashtrays, you got the bar, fancy ass fireplace. Look, yeah. We can go aft still. I'm not sure if there's actually anything out here, to be honest. Oh, there is. Oh, okay. Oh, this is fancy. I actually don't have a fucking clue where we are. Where are we? We're on A deck, aren't we? So we're at the arse end of the A deck. So we're at the first class smoke room, and so we are at. Oh, we are at the Palm Court. Excellent. So I believe we can actually step outside briefly. Oh, look at that! What out fucking side? Ah, yeah, okay, so they've strategically cordoned it off with fucking ankle-high walls so you can't roam around the entirety of it. You can forgive them, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, they've not quite gotten around. But yeah, so, this is the aft end of the Titanic. There is, so... this is amusing to non-nautical people, but this is the poop deck that we're looking out on, and it does have a bridge at the back. It does have auxiliary rudder controls, and you can see there's 2 engine telegraphs. They're not really engine telegraphs. They're more kind of information signaling things. So basically, because the Titanic is an absolute heifer of a ship for the time, it was so large that they needed, like, the captain right at the front didn't necessarily have the best situational awareness of the rear of the ship. Obviously, the Titanic predates a lot of modern safety inventions. Indeed, a lot of modern safety inventions happened because of the Titanic. I'll tell you a fact about that in a second. Fun fact that this bridge was manned when the sinking happened, and nobody ever told the crew. Well, nobody told the crew at the back of the ship for ages that the ship was that they were abandoning ship. So it was after the first lifeboat had launched that the guys who were standing on top of that bridge that we're just seeing in the distance there were actually told that no, the ship is sinking. They need to bippity boppity get the fuck off the property. So yeah. So can't go in here. So this is one of the things. So we've got the other Pam court around here. Again, you can just come out and chill. Look at all this. Look. Fancy as fuck. Thing is, like, only ever playing Titanic and Adventure at a time, I always thought that was the shit. Now you get to see the Titanic in this level of detail, and it's just, absolutely fucking glorious. So the reason, for those of you who don't know, that I am playing this today as opposed to Christmas Day, which is when the alpha released. It's not the alpha! I spent so long thinking this was going to be the alpha. It's not the alpha, it is the demo 401. So I have contributed to the Titanic Honor and Glory project. I've given them a big dollop of money in the past, but I can't afford it. And I am a Patreon supporter now. So that gives me access a couple of days early, which is why I'm playing it now as opposed to on the Christmas Day. Oh, can we get these doors? Wait, what is these? Map. Do not fail, man. Ah, yes. So through those doors is access to the bar for the staff. Interesting. So yeah, behind this is the this is the fan room. So you can see here there's some extractor fans, basically taking stuff from the lower decks down. And kind of the fan room's kind of here. The bar is basically to the left of what I'm looking at just now. What this is a mirror, and it's intentionally a mirror because what is behind this is the third class staircase. Third class or second class? I forget. Well, third class weren't really allowed up this high, were they? You're enjoying this. I'm glad. I really, I know that this isn't kind of, it doesn't, I mean, it's just walking around the Titanic. It doesn't have a lot of gameplay content per se. But it's something I really like because I'm a massive fucking nerd. And hopefully my passion is at least rubbing off, and people are finding it entertaining. I don't know absolutely everything about the Titanic, and indeed, I have approximate knowledge of many things. I bet you we're gonna bug going through this door again. Oh no, we're good. Yeah, I've got approximate knowledge of many Titanic facts. I can't remember everything perfectly, but you know. So I could take everything I say with a pinch of salt, but I'm just so. Okay, yeah, I'm. Ooh, there's a door here. Okay. Let's shut the door. Let's try that again. No, I'm seriously nerding out big time here. I love things like this. Yes. Right. Ooh. What the fuck is this? Right. Where was I? So we're on the A deck. We're gone into the first class lounge. Where the fuck we are? Well, I'm gonna assume that we're not in. Oh, this is the reading room. Okay, so this was the. Yes, I know it's a room, but what room, Jukes? So this is the lounge. So this is. Oh, it tells us. I didn't have to look at the map at all. Yeah, so this is the reading room. So this is a quiet space for people to put their feet up. For rich people to put their feet up and fucking absolutely absorb themselves in books. This is the writing room. So you see here you got little writing desks for doing stuff. Jukes is helpful. Yeah, I mean to be fair, knowing that most important places are fucking signposted, I should probably have just looked up instead of consulting the map. Right. Okay. So that is everything in A deck. Let's go upstairs again. Look at this. So here we go. Here we're at the namesake of Titanic Honor and Glory. So the clock which you see in the background is a piece of artwork called Well, the whole piece is the the honor and glory. Oh no, it's named after the people that are kind of surrounding it. Yeah, and that's where this this game takes its name from. So, staterooms, we'll get to those if we can. I actually don't think this demo is gonna let you go outside, to be perfectly honest. Ah, but you can go to the gym, motherfucker. Okay, let's try it again. Ladies, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So actually, one thing the Titanic and the Olympic never had. So for those of you who might not necessarily be aware, the Titanic is we can go outside. Excellent. The Titanic is in fact one of 3 ships of the Olympic class of liners. The Olympic was the first, the Titanic was the second, the Britannic was the third. This was the layout for the Olympic and the Titanic. But you see here it mentions children. There was actually very little for children to do on the Titanic. It was mostly geared towards to adults and things. In the Britannic, this whole area here was actually a completely separate room, and there was a door to it here. And it was a children's play area. You could go in, and you could, you could chill out if you're a child and play with toys. So this is a gymnasium. So look at all of these modern inventions, such as, all right, drop your curtains and show me your honor. Thanks, Nightbot. Thanks for that. So this is, a good old punching bag, ye olde 1910s style. Some fucking bikes where you could race. You could race, which I quite like. Racing your opponent. You've got your rowing machines. I've got no idea what the fuck this is. I assume this is some kind of weight machine. Is this a fucking bucking bronco? I don't actually know what this is. You've got a more traditional bench weights machine. Okay, yeah, this is another one. Yeah, so these are ones to practice your horse riding, and then you I don't know what the fuck ass gym equipment these things are. You can tell me this is torture equipment, and I probably have to believe you. So this is a gymnasium. Camera, you shouldn't be losing focus. I thought we dealt with that. Right, let's go see if we can't see any of the staterooms and see how the first class really live. This is not a stateroom. This, I believe, is electrical generation. These look like electricity generators. So, yeah. I assume that's what that is. Not sure why they're going to be right here next to the fucking staterooms, but whatever. Okay, we can go. Fuck. I'm coughing. I'm dying. Send help. Ah! Queso, why? I was just being tender about the fact that my voice is going, and you scared even more voice out of me. God fucking damn it. Wang. It fills my wee heart with warmth. Yeah, well, just know that it fills me with pain. Right, let's check out the absolute fucking. Oh, okay. Where are we? Ooh, got that. Hey, I see where we are. Okay, right. So I don't think we can get into any of the staterooms, which is annoying. Let me just hump all the doors and see if we can't gain access. So this is not staterooms, this is electricity generation. No, we definitely can't. Okay, right. Let's Yeah, let's have a look at some of the staff facilities. Okay, so this door takes you through into the staff facilities of the Titanic. So what we see here, this is the Marconi wireless room. So back then, back in the time the Titanic was made, you weren't easily able to convey voice by radio. You had to do so with Morse code. So you've got here your Morse code transmitters, headset and stuff for receiving it, and then notepads. So you know the crew would give you messages to send over onwards to America, back to the UK, and indeed, man, that's scuffed. Indeed, there's a really controversial exchange that happened on the Titanic. There was a ship very close to the Titanic when it sank. It was called the Californian, and they actually tried to using the Morse code radios warn the Titanic that they had been blocked by ice. And when I say that they were close to the Titanic, they could see the Titanic, and the logs from the officer on watch said that, you know, the ship looked queer in the water, like it wasn't sitting upright properly, and that they were firing off rockets. Now rockets back then, you know, they weren't fireworks; they were a distress signal. So the guy got the watch officer got the captain. It's like, nah, they're just having a party. Fucking let me sleep, and he went back to bed. But they would have been able to pick up so many fucking more survivors than the Carpathia did. Had the captain allowed the ship to go. But that was after this incident. The wireless operator never got the SOS call because he went to bed. So the last thing that he did, so the captain had said, right, okay, we're anchored because of the ice. We're not moving. The engines are off. I'm going to bed. Crew goes to bed. The radio operator was just doing his duty. And they tried to warn the Titanic of ice. And the Titanic radio operator said, "Get off the airwaves. I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to work Cape Race or something." Cape Race was one of the radio stations that would transmit to somewhere else, which would transmit to America. Basically, like, shut up, I'm trying to do passengers work. So the radio operator of the Californian at that point was just kind of like, well, fuck you, I'm going to bed. And so the radio distress signals from the Titanic, while they did get sent, they never reached the Californian because basically the Titanic pissed them off. And the guy was like, well, they don't want to hear what I have to say, so I'm going to bed. This pneumatic tube system connects to the purser's office, the inquiry's office, down on C deck and presumably other areas, so that they could send messages directly to the radio room to be sent out. And this is where the radio operators would sleep. And this is the equipment for the radio room. So the radios back then did require a lot of power to generate, and you can see it's actually quite complicated machinery just to get the radio working. See if we can go outside for a quick second. Now, a little bit more information. So if I come out here and then come all the way over here, and then no, fucking side on that. So you can actually see the radio. So see those four lines that are suspended way above the funnels? That is the Titanic radio. And so basically what they did, can't go all the way on. Yeah, that was the Titanic radio. So in the case of the Britannic, when the Britannic sank, this was actually snapped off. The radio detached from the foremast, and so they weren't able to send any radio signals. So yeah, basically you can see the four lines that come off the overhead lines and go into the radio room there, which is just about there. and that is how they that's basically how the radio worked. Is you sent your signals up into those lines, and it then sent them out as radio wave. This is the boat deck, so you can see here the copious little lifeboats that existed upon Belated Titanic. This is the compass tower. So because the Titanic was primarily iron hulled, it could play a little bit of havoc with the compass. They still had a compass in the bridge, and we'll get to the bridge in a second, I hope. But in order to have one that was independent of the influence of the hull, they had a compass tower. So up those ladders is a compass, where you can just make sure that you're heading on the path that you're heading. Right, where were we? Oh yes, we're in the staff. Right, okay, so that was the Marco. Oh fuck. So this is basically the various officers' quarters here. So the captain was quartered on the bridge, well, near the bridge. Okay, we can't get out of the way. The navigator on ships is almost always quartered within very easy walking distance to the bridge. So it doesn't have nameplates to tell which one is which. I wonder if the map will. So let's go up to the boat deck. Okay, alright, so what we're looking at here. So this is no, I don't actually know. Yes. Okay, right. So I think so if we come all the way that? Oh, no, never mind. So if we come all the way back here, this is the captain's quarters through here, which I suspect we're not going to be able to go and see. So back from the captain's quarters, this is the captain's toilet. Alright. And then you've got fourth officers, and then this is the officers' smoking room. And this is all kind of doors, but we can't really see into them at the moment. Coming back, you've got the sixth officer, fifth officer, third officer, second officer, first officer, and then the chief officer. And then we should get through into the bridge. So the Titanic had two bridges. So behind, wait, where's it? Okay, door's here. So this is the door into. No, hang on. There should be a door here. What the fuck? I'm literally looking at the plans, and there should be a door here into the chart room. Okay, so that's something that's a wee bit screw with, according to the plans. I wonder if they've put this door here instead of. This is the door into the pilot room. So the pilot in ships is somebody who comes aboard to guide a ship into an area where he knows very well. So the ship's crew knows the ship very well and guides the ship to success. That's all fine and wonderful. But the ship can go anywhere. So if the ship was pulling into an unfamiliar port where they don't know the nooks and crannies of the layout of the place, they would bring aboard a pilot, and the pilot would guide the ship. Captain's still in command, but the pilot guides the ship. And then this is the door into the captain's quarters. So this is the wheelhouse. So this is the telemotor rudder control, and then you've got the compass here, which you can't really look into for some weird ass reason, but whatever. So you've got a compass in here. It's got these little bulbs at the side, so it's got red for port and green for starboard, and that's just kind of a quick reference guide, so that if you can see a a red light, you know that you are looking at the port side. Okay, so why? Why? I need a second for my heart to stop. Thank you for the 100 biddies, Queso. The only good things about me being scared out my fucking skin by the Leroy Jenkins business. These are your delayed birthday bits. Okay, so you already got me a gift, and you got me a card, and you got me a present, and you got me an envelope which was written just absolutely perfectly. I refuse to throw that. I refuse to throw that envelope out because it's amazing. Yeah, so you can see. But I can't just give you them. Well, you could have. So back to nautical stuff. So you see, you got the white disc, red, and green. So delayed birthday bits. Yeah, JK, it was my birthday 3 days ago, and I had to cancel my birthday stream. So this is my delayed birthday bits apparently. So basically, right, moving on, if you are at sea at night and you see a red light, you know that you are looking at the left side of a ship, and it is either side on to you or moving away from you. If you can see the green, you're looking at the right or the starboard side of the ship, and it is side on to you or moving away from you. If you can see the red and the green lights, the ship is moving directly away from you. Red and white, you're looking at the left side, the ship's coming towards you. Same with the green on the other side. If you can see red, green, and white, the ship that you are looking at is coming directly for you. So, you know, you might want to bippity boppity and turn that fucking telemotor. I was going to give her some birthday biddies on Monday, but she wasn't here. I'm sorry, Queso. I'm sorry. Wah, fucking invisible wall. So yeah, if we had the ability to lean, which we don't in this game, you could lean out this window and you could get a look all the way down the side of the ship. And you can see here you've got the green plate. So it had a green light just beneath this window here, and green plates so that in the daytime you could see what's happening. The white light would be up on top of the foremast somewhere. So this is the wheelhouse. This is the navigation bridge. So this is where things get interesting to talk about. This is where things get complicated to talk about. Fuck, we can't go downstairs. So we can't go down into the fucking wing. Okay, fine. So, there's a lot of built-in redundancy here. So you've got the compass, and you can actually see the points of the compass here. So you've basically got 3 compasses, one here, and then one up on the compass deck. You've got, can you see the crow's nest actually? Yeah, you can. So the crow's nest. Fuck. Chick, why? Thank you so much for I'm gonna assume the delayed birthday biddies, because if you wanted to scare me, then that's just me. Right. Anyway, where was that? Okay. Right. Fuck. Fucking navigation bridge. Called the navigation bridge because you can move to each end of the ship and do shit. So the Titanic had a lot of redundancy. So going through all of these motors is going to be interesting. So this, and I didn't know this, okay? So I thought this controlled the port engine, and this one controlled the starboard engine. So you can see here it's got green for starboard. But if I kind of go around the other side of it, you can see it's got port on this one. And actually, these on the outsides are exact replicas of each other. And that is, hey Cyber, how's it going? Hope you're ready for some Titanics. Well, we're coming to the end of our Titanic adventure. But nevertheless, I hope you're ready for some nerdy knowledge, and I hope you're having a good week. Yeah, fuck, I've done it again. Yeah, so the Titanic, oh, actually, there's an interesting thing. So these are weather slats, so if the weather is getting funky and you think the thing might, the windows might cave in, you could put these slats up, so you could still see a little bit out of them, but to protect you from shard of glass. Birthday biddies! Thank you so much, Jinx. So these engine order telegraphs are identical to each other on the left side and the right side, the port side and starboard side, and that is simply because if the crew was navigating a hazard on the starboard side, so the captain's out here calling whatever, you don't want the controls for the starboard engine to be all the way over the other side. So the Titanic had 3 engines. It had 2 reciprocating engines, which had a full range of motion, full ahead to full aft, as you can see here. The middle engine of the Titanic was a turbine engine, and it did not have the full range of motion that the reciprocating engines had. So the turbine engine could only stop or go ahead full. And there's an interesting talking point about that. So I'll maybe save that for a wee second. There's no direct control for the turbine engine. That's just kind of understood by the engineer. So if you've got both engines to ahead half, he would put the turbine to ahead half. You know, like he just uses his brain. So basically, the way this works, and it's not animated, I can't show you, but that lever up top, you move that to the position that you want it to be. A system of chains and pulleys conveys that down to the engine room. There are telephones, but I mean, this is the 1910s, and telephones are a very inexact science. So the engineer has a similar thing in the engine room, and he then tweaks that kind of middle arrow to your instruction, and that lets you know that he has understood and is acting upon your instructions. Also, you've got an RPM gauge as well, so this is the actual RPM of the engines. Yeah. So that is that. That is the engine order telegraph. So there's 2 identical ones, one on the port side, one on the starboard side, and those are your day-to-day ones. Should something go wrong with these and it doesn't work, there is an emergency backup that uses a separate chain system so that you could still have full control of both engines should your main line fail. That's just a built-in redundancy. Then you get over to the navigation ones. So these are... So I thought initially this was the fucking... this was the... and I thought this was a turbine engine order telegraph, but it's not. So if you remember back till, I don't know, fucking an hour ago or some shit, I was talking about the poop deck, right? And there's another bridge on the poop deck that has 2 things that look like these, and these are for the people manning the aft bridge to give suggestions to the captain about what inputs they feel is needed in order to safely navigate an obstacle or come into port. So this is what they suggest the speed. So basically, if they feel that the captain should be going slow ahead, they would put it to slow. The captain would put it to slow to acknowledge that signal, and then the captain would decide what the engines will actually go to. Is it slow? Is it dead slow? Or what? You can see it's a lot less sophisticated than this one. Over the other side, you've got an absolutely hideous fucking contraption. And so you've got port and starboard information things. So you've got slack away, hard slack away starboard, not clear starboard port. Yeah, not clear starboard. Let the tug go. Let go all aft. All clear starboard. Hold on starboard. Left tug, and then fucking no signal or whatever. Oh, so okay. So the inner ring is just suggested directions as well. If that's been fine. Okay, cool. That's fine. Is there a second ring of these? To be honest, no. So yeah, you've got the same thing for port. So there you go. That is what all the engine order telegraphs do. So one interesting thing that happened during the sinking of the Titanic. So we've spoken about. Well, I've mentioned one of the conspiracy theories that affected the Titanic, namely that the fire had a major contributing factor in the crash in the sinking. So if we come to the gymnasium, because I know that there's a thing. You can't really see it so well. Okay. So if we look at the arse end of the tab, there's no jump fucking button, right? Okay, you might have to manually zoom into your screens a little bit here, but you can see in this diagram that the rudder sits directly behind the center engine, which is a turbine engine. So if y'all hark your minds back to James Cameron's Titanic, this actually follows the actual chain of events that happened on the bridge quite well. So when the iceberg was spotted, they immediately called hard starboard, which turned. So that is a bit of naval antiquity. Where they yeah, so basically British. Sorry, I'm trying to remember my fact right. I'm probably fucking something up here. Oh, I got distracted. Oh,
I got distracted, lol.
Thank you so much for the biddies. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, so basically they turned the ship hard to port, to the left, to dodge the iceberg. Now, what they also did was they called. Yeah, okay, so you know I've got text to speech. You know this. You know this. I'm being distracted. I'm being distracted. How rude it is. So one thing I want to quickly do. Skeet up. Oh fuck! No, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Okay, I was gonna see about doing something else as a second part to the stream, but I don't have it. So, but that's fine. Okay, we'll cover that. Sorry, don't worry about it. So, so the center engine, which is a turbine engine, sits directly behind the rudder. So, I forgot. TTS fucked up my last sub to Hibble because I was so smart and then it fucked it. Wait, what? I'm so confused. The center engine sits directly in front of the rudder, and so that is the engine that has the biggest impact on the rudder. So the way the rudder works is that the water coming past it allows it to change the direction of the ship. So if you were to turn it one way, the water comes in and kind of like, you know, hits off of the rudder and then pushes the ship around. That's basically how the rudder works. Therefore, the more water flowing past. Oh.
Don't you hate it when your cat wakes you up like meow? Meow, meow, meow,
Oh, we're gonna be
meow,
here a while.
meow,
Goddamn it, Queso.
meow, meow,
Thank you.
meow,
But
meow,
goddamn.
meow, 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 meow,
Ah!
meow, 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 meow.
I think I got that off, to be honest. Thank you. Thank you, Texas Beach. I respect cutting that off. Thank you for the bits, Queso. I'm quite Hibble, I forgot about. I know I'm probably gonna suffer from now on. Is it probably bad to tell you that 10 bits is the minimum to have the text to speech? So, have fun with that. Right. Anyway, trying to fucking finish. So basically, it makes sense that the more water flow you have going past the rudder, the more effective the rudder is at turning your shit. Now, having an engine right behind the rudder makes the water, the water isn't moving faster other than when it is leaving the engine directly into the rudder. So, when they spotted the iceberg and they turned the ship hard, they put the helm hard over, so as hard as the rudder will go.
Yes, that's a Taribe thing to tell me.
Taribe!
Meow, meow.
Taribe, it did you dirty, Queso. It did you dirty. Oh, good shit. So, right. So when they spotted the iceberg, they put the rudder hard to port. I believe the order was hard as starboard. So a thing from British ships is that, and a thing from antiquity was that you turned the rudder the opposite way than you want the ship to go, which sounds strange, but basically it kind of comes from when your rudder was controlled by a lever. So this is kind of hard to talk about here, but if you wanted to go to my left, which is right on your camera because I've got it fucking flipped, but if I wanted to go this way, then I need the rudder to be facing this way. And so I would need to turn it to the right. So if I wanted to turn left, I would be turning the rudder to the right. So that was a thing from antiquity. And so I don't really know how other navies got away with it, but in British naval tradition, that was kept up once they moved to wheels. So if you wanted to turn to the left, to the port side, as they did when Titanic had the iceberg come towards them, you would call hard a starboard. You want to go to the port, but you call hard a starboard because you turn the wheel to the right, and that turns you left. Counterintuitive, but there's a naval history behind that. Right. Anyway, so as well as turning the helm hard over, they also reversed the engines. Now this is a key thing here. So if the Titanic hit the iceberg straight on, there is an argument to be made, because ships had done it before. There is an argument to be made that the Titanic could, conjecture, have survived the impact. Ships have done it before and survived. It's not necessarily that big a deal because the bow is designed to take it. But by reversing the engines and turning, so if they had turned and kept full speed, again, conjecture because we can't go back in time, but based on the dynamics of the Titanic, there is the argument that the ship would have turned enough for the Titanic to have missed the iceberg. Again, conjecture, but it is a possibility. Unfortunately, what actually happened was that they called the engine. They went to the telegraph. You've got that famous scene with poor old our boy Murdoch. Fuck, I've gone the wrong way. He runs to the engine order telegraph. Now, there is a he does run to multiple different telegraphs, which actually isn't necessary, but for the reasons that I discussed. Wang. I loved Hibble's history lessons. They'd go a lot smoother if you stop interrupting them with cat bollocks. I shouldn't shout it. Fuck. Right. So what they did was they went full astern on the engine order telegraphs. So in practice, what that did was that reversed the reciprocating engine on the port and the starboard side. But as we talked about earlier, the center turbine engine could not reverse. So it stopped it dead. And with that, there was reduced water flow straight away over over the rudder. So straight away, the ship's ability to turn was impeded. Then, as the engines continued to reverse and slow the ship down, oh lord, thanks, case though. There we go, more cat boxing throughout my history lesson. Actually, just turn chat off, and just ignored you guys for the duration of this, shouldn't I? As the ship continued to slow down, that's less water over the. I swear to
I
God.
promise I won't interrupt you again, for a bit.
Cool. Okay, Queso. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Queso. As the ship continued to slow down, that is less water over the rudder, and even less and less and less ability of the ship to turn. So as a consequence, it didn't miss the iceberg, and it didn't hit the iceberg head on, the two things that probably could have saved the Titanic. Instead, it did that glancing blow clean down the side of it, which, as history tells us, completely fucked up the whole ship. And it sank to the bottom in like 2.5. Okay,
Meow, 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 meow. This is not Queso, it's the cat.
I believe that. So that is one of the contributing reasons why the Titanic sank, and you can't really blame Murdoch for his decision making at the time, because it was such a scuffed fucking outcome to such a minor thing. Sorry, I'm actually done now. I might start upping that, so you're gonna have to give me like £1 to do that, or however much a bitch. Actually, I can't remember how much a bitch translates. But yeah. Queso's cat. Do you even have a cat? So yeah, that's a Titanic. So we will come back and revisit this. I hope you've had fun. I know that the Duke of Livy has had a blast, which is nice to hear. I hope everybody else has. This has been Hibble, very excitedly exploring the Titanic. For those of you who don't support the Titanic Honor and Glory project, you too can access this demo for yourself on Christmas Day. There will be an update to it, so there'll be slightly more stuff than what you've seen in this demo. But we'll come back and do it, because there will be another update to it on. Fuck, I forgot what day. Oh God, yawn. I don't think they've told us, but I think it's the 30th or the 31st. They're going to be releasing another update for early access backers, such as myself. So we might be doing another stream on this shit. Well, no, I think we probably will because, like, so at the moment you can see the first class spaces. Can't really go out and about outside as much as we'd hoped to. But I mean, we're not first class here. None of us are first class, especially Queso's fucking cat. So yeah, we'll definitely come back to it. Yeah. And hopefully explore even more of the peasant spaces. Cyber, I don't know if you were here at the beginning. I'm done with the bits that I want to show off. Is there anything that you want to see? Anything anybody wants us to revisit? Could go to the Swash Court again. Could go to the post office. Notices: passengers are encouraged to contribute to the project if they enjoy this demo. Well, I already have. They don't get any more money. Well, they are actually. Patreon for it, but fuck you. No, oh. Yeah, there we go. I've been drinking wine to celebrate. Excellent. Good, merry celebration, Cyber. Is there anything aboard the Titanic that you would want to see? My personal favorite was the hospital. Well, not really the hospital. You didn't really get to see much of the hospital, but yeah. We can take you anywhere you want to go as long as it's not below the F deck. Final day, baby. Indeed, it was. I go back to work tomorrow. This is the first class dining saloon. And then we get to the. Oh no, this is the one that fucks me off, isn't it? No, okay, let's behave this time. Thanks, Nightbot, thanks. Hey, CPU, is there any particular reason why you're burning pretty hot there? I find the Titanic really interesting. Yeah, so do I. Like I say, Cyber, I've got nothing else to show that we've not covered already. So, unless you want me to go over the whole... Sorry, the frame rates are kind of dropping. I'm not quite sure why the fucking computer is being problematic in nature. But yeah, if there's anything I want to see, not the same, but went to see this film set when it was in London. Very good, excellent. This is the smoking lounge. Little door to the staff bar area to get them first class non-peasant types. They're refreshments. Sorry if the frame rate's a wee bit janky, by the way. I am noticing that we're so something's eating my CPU and it's kind of causing a wee bit of dropouts. Problematic. So I think we're at the aft grand staircase here. Yeah. It feels like I'm playing COD Zombies. Why? No zombies here. This is the hospital. This is the Titanic's hospital. I keep expecting the undead to pop out. You're the second person who said that it gives them horror vibes. There is actually a Titanic horror game. I forget what it's called, but it was released fairly recently. But yeah. Yeah, this is the part that I was reading up about yesterday. Is the Titanic's hospital. So through here's a Judbox. You've heard the Hibble scream, which means you're giving me a follow. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you enjoy your stay here. My voice is breaking. My voice is starting to fail, so I'm afraid I can't keep going the stream too much longer. But we'll go over a couple of other interesting things that we've already seen earlier in the stream. So this is my personal favorite. We can't see much in it, but this is the ship's hospital. So the Titanic had a doctor, assistant doctor, and the hospital. So the hospital attendants, did they have a bedroom in here? I forget if they did or not. Where is my map? So we're down on D deck. I'm thinking COD 4 zombie level is voyage. To be honest, I never enjoyed COD Zombies. Yeah, I kind of like the story. Yeah, okay. So the attendance rooms had so basically you've got the surgeon and the assistant surgeon who are quartered upstairs, and then you've got you've basically got a bed and wash facilities and things in here for the duty doctor to be present in the hospital. So the Titanic had 4 3-bedroom wards. So ward 1 is here. We can't actually go in and see any of them, unfortunately. But there, in each ward room, there is a single bed and then a bunk bed. So there was 4 3-bed wards on board the Titanic. So one is here, and then you've got one here and one here, and then you've basically got a final one here. And this is so these are the hospital toilets, and then the hospital bath in here. It also had a 2-ward infectious hospital for people with infectious diseases, isolating from the crew. So it's basically got a bath here, a toilet here, and then 2 3-bedroom wards in here for the for people to be isolated away from not only the other crew but even the other hospital, inhabitants. But yeah, I didn't even fucking know the Titanic had a hospital. Shit, you learn. There you go. So, ship's surgeon is Dr. W. O'Loughlin, medical doctorate and some other fucking thing. Oh, nice working hours. 2 hours in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon. I'd fucking love to work those hours. The ship, the Titanic also had an operating theater. So behind this door is the operating theater. I think this is just a supply cupboard for the operating theater. So yeah. Right, there's some rooms and things. I think. Let's go down to the mail room, and then we'll show Cyber the mail room, and then we'll maybe head away for the night before my voice completely breaks into. Cyber, did you ever play Titanic: An Adventure Out of Time? Because that was a banging game. I was so disappointed when it started blue screening my fucking computer. I might end up trying to replay that actually. It was pretty fun. But those of you, no, I didn't. Okay. Those of you that have played it will recognize the inquiries office. In game, they call it the purser's office, but the purser's office is technically out of sight behind this door. And then this is the inquiry office. You can see the pneumatic tube system, which sends stuff up to the radio room. So basically, passengers could come in, and if they want to check in, stuff to the cargo hold, they would leave it with the purser, and he would keep it in a safe place. Letters, they would deposit in here, and then they would go down to the post office, which we'll go take a look at in a wee minute. Other letters for passengers, or more correctly, telegrams would come here. And then if you wanted to send a telegram back home or over to the States, you would leave it with the inquiry office. They would fire it up to the radio room, and that would be that. I'm trying to work out if this ledger actually has a list of support. I wish there was an option of zooming in. Options, controls. Can one zoom in? One cannot zoom in. That is big sad. So one nice detail that they actually had with the initial thing to support to support the project, I actually thought this was a nice touch. Was that you could book return voyages on the Titanic, and how much you contributed depended whether you were in first class, well, stateroom first class, or not. I forget what room I was in. I wonder if I can still look it up. I was on C deck. I remember that much. Titanic Honor and Glory. Let's just have a look and see if it's still around. Wow. I have a sneaking suspicion they perhaps taken it down. I want to know. I want to know if it's there. Fuck, no. Unfortunately, they've taken it down now, so I can't remember what room I'm in. That is most rude. But I had a room for one of the return voyages because I was one of the early supporters of it. But you're not here to see me look at stuff off screen, so let's go downstairs. Let's go check out the post office, which was actually a nice surprise because I didn't really get into it. So this is D deck. This is where the first class passengers board that our ship. And then if we basically march all the way to the front, you've got yourself here a staircase. So the staircase takes you down. So we're on E deck now. No. Yeah. Where are we? No, this is D deck. Yeah, this is D deck. So you go downstairs. You're now on E deck. So this is Scotland Road. For those of you unfamiliar with the Titanic, Scotland Road is a corridor that runs nearly the entire length of the Titanic, and it is used. Wait. No, Scotland Road's on the port side, isn't it? Hang on, what am I looking at here? No, this isn't Scotland Road at all, is it? I am talking out of my fucking arse. So... Actually, I wonder if it's all considered Scotland. So this one is basically used by... so on the port side, which is the left side, there is it's mostly crew quarters, and so I can't actually remember. It's so terrible. I can't actually remember if the Scotland Road is the crew quarter side of it or the passenger side of it. So this either is or isn't Scotland Road. I forget. I might actually be talking out my arm. To be fair, I'll need to look that up. Actually, I'm quite curious. So actually, I'm just looking at the map here. Just on the other side of this this kind of panel that we're looking at here is the Master at Arms quarter. So Titanic had two Master at Arms, and the Master at Arms is the designation of the person who maintains law and order on board the boat. Effectively, the police. That's not Scotland Road, so it is on the port side, right? Okay, good. I couldn't remember. So yeah, so we come down this staircase. So passengers can come down this staircase here, and we get to the squash courts. Yeah, boy. And you can come down again, and you are in the post office. So you've got access to the post office here, and then downstairs you've got the mail storage, which is pretty cool. I think there's also like first class baggage hold is basically up here. Well, it would be if it loaded in properly, but here we go. Yeah. So this is the first class baggage room. And then there's more storage and stuff downstairs. So this is where your shit would be if you were moving to America. Woo. Right. Anyway, we've looked at absolutely everything. We're just looking at this again. Have you been to Scotland Road yet? It's not in this. It's not in this demo. So your access to it's not there. So you can't really get down to F deck. The only you can't get down to E deck proper. So the only access you'll have to it if we keep going down the grand staircase. So your main access point to Scotland Road would be here through this door. But unfortunately, in this demo, the crew spaces and the second and third class quarters are not accessible, which is unfortunate. It will come eventually, but yeah. So they did say this is a wee bit of a surprise, but for demo 401, they're releasing it in 4 stages. So this is the early access demo. So this is I've got this 2 days early. The main demo will have slightly more. Sorry, So there's phase 1 early access, phase 1 which will have slightly more stuff and it will be available to absolutely everybody on December 25th, Christmas Day. On Thursday the 30th or Friday the 31st, I forget which. There's phase 2 early access, which again I'll have access to. And it will have more stuff, including the night map, 2nd and 3rd class spaces. I'm not quite sure why they chose to split it up, but I know that they did have some technical difficulties going on. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah. We will have to come back to explore more of the Titanic. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you have had fun as well. Thank you all very much for joining me. However, my voice is dying, and so I think it's time for me to rest up and go pay a visit to one of my friends who is streaming just now. Nobody's going to be doing something similar, so we're definitely going to have to go for a fucking plot shift. Let's try and work out who we are going to plot shift to. So let's open up the stream log and we'll have to see who we're going to go raid. So I don't know who we are. Why? I've given you a stream of entertainment. Why do you forsake me so? Why? Thank you so much for the piss and for the jump scare. I'm running out of voice to squeal too. Right, okay. Right, who is online just now? Who have we not raided for a bit? I feel like it's been a long time since we've raided. We're gonna have to pick somebody who's not raiding something similar. Yeah, it's been a good stream. Thanks, and no problem, Cyber. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this will be up on YouTube probably in a couple of days. Maybe I'll do it for Christmas. Actually, I already have a Christmas video scheduled, but I might do this for Christmas evening. To be honest, I can't do it tomorrow because once you're an affiliate on Twitch, you have to have a minimum period of 24 hours where your content is exclusive to Twitch. Otherwise, you could lose your entitlement to be an affiliate. So I can't post it tomorrow on YouTube, but I will probably post it Christmas Day. Actually, I think that would be a nice Christmas Day. So I might render it and post it for then. So yeah, you'll be able to catch up the whole thing with all of the nooks and crannies that we explored, all of the mistakes I've made in this comment section. Is going to be a shit show because I don't know everything. I forget a lot of stuff. I just like to explore and talk about what I know and what I think I know. But yeah, comment section is going to be a fucking shit show. Yeah, it always is. Okay, right. So yeah, let's go for a raid on Steve's Game Dump, who is currently playing some Scribblio with some people. So let's hope that we get an absolute Bobby Dick as we go in. Oh, actually, shit, he is on the road to 300 followers. He's actually, oh no shit, he's done it today. Oh no, don't leave it. Why can't I leave? Wow, he's done it actually. So he was at the start of the stream on the road to 300, but actually he has made it to 300, which is great news for him. Don't do it, stay bish. I'm staying. I'm scared. What's happening? Am I gonna be jump scared again? I'm gonna watch the chat. I'm gonna watch the chat so I can see it coming. Hello, Dini. I think my stream's got quite a bit of a delay actually at the moment. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm noticing my quality control stream is quite that far behind. So yeah, but I am still here. I'm not going anywhere. Oh ho ho! Father Christmas is dropping back. What? We win a game or getting out, but cold dice. Probably cold dice. To be honest, I've never won anything in my life in a raffle. Your stream has a really big delay, yeah. Merry Christmas! Hey, Naked Raider! How's it going? Ali Matt, what the fuck is happening here? Hell yeah! How's it going, folks? I'm so confused at what's happening right now. Teeny, is this what I'm waiting for? Is Ali Mac what I'm waiting for? What's happening? To win a Steam key, all you have to do is answer one general knowledge question, pick a number of... Oh, fuck. 7. It's gotta be 7. Come on. It's gotta be 7. Okay, this is what I'm waiting for. Okay, my answer is 7. He also thinks Dundee is shit. I don't have any problems with Dundee. I'll do 7 in chat because I think my chat might be faster than... and then you waiting for the video delay to come up. 7, 7, 7, 7. What colour are the 4 stars on the flag of New Zealand? On New Zealand they are red, are they not? I think they're red. I'm gonna say red. I'll post in chat because of the fucking time delay. I wonder if it's because I started the stream while I was still finishing off the fucking download, and so that's like just really delayed my stream. I think. Randomly choose your game, Jesus Christ. Hey! Yeah, unfortunately I know my flag, so I know that Australia is the white stars and Novum Zealandii is the red ones. I do know some shit about flags. Well, I think to honor the Apathy Badger tradition, he's not here with us today. I'm not sure where he is because he was really excited about the next time I was streaming again. I assume he's driving down. Oh well, 7, 7, 7, 7. You may have noticed that I swear a lot and I'm all round sarcastic prick. That is not inaccurate there, Nightbot. Not inaccurate at all. You wouldn't know where profit. I don't know what that is, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for the impromptu Christmas quiz and for the the giveaway. Very kind of you. Right. Okay. So I think well done, proud of you. Thanks, Teeny. Is that a wee? Oh, is that a teeny heart emote? Oh, that's cute. Oh, teeny. I don't think any of my emotes are I don't think any of mine are really cute. They're just kind of like just traumatic, you know. The bad plan, full pickle, and the yikes. Feliz Navidad. It's a deck building game. Does that help? No, it does not. But yeah. So I'll need to get like a raid command set up so that we can pickle raid in style. We are going to go for a raid. It is going to be on Stave's Game Dump, who is playing Scriblio. We're going to congratulate him on his 300 of them followery boys. Full pickle is cute, Jesus Christ. Okay. So I think we'll hit us up with a pickle raid. Pickle raid. Yay. Queso's got it down. Queso has it down. So yeah, if you're a subscriber and you have the fucking pickle raid emotes, then let's go raid Steve's Game Dump. But for just now, I'm gonna say thank you all very much for watching. This little has been whispered to. Thanks, Mac. Thank you. We must await to spread more joy. No problem. Although if you do want some free shabakadoo, some free channel points, I am about to raid, so feel free to leave a lurk. Collect your 250 channel points, and yeah, I will catch you all another time. I don't know what my streaming is going to be like because camera. There we go. Because one, I'm still not 100% with my throat, and I am back at work tomorrow and in family gatherings, so I might get to Monday and be like, I'm fucked. Hopefully we won't, but it is a possibility that we have to rest. So, I'm not going to commit to doing any other streams at the moment, but we will hopefully be back next week, if nothing else, to do a little bit more Titanic as the next demo releases. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you all next time I see you. Don't forget to check out the social media stuff to keep on top of when my next stream is going to be. Don't know when it is, but yeah, I will be back. So I won't see you all before Christmas. So have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope Santa is good to you and all that noise. I will see you later. No, I won't, because I'm not on the right fucking screen on my fucking X. Stream Deck ass motherfucker. Right, okay. Merry Christmas, folks. I will see you later on. Bye. If you want me to do a train safety announcement, here's my pitch, right? There is two kinds of being sucked off on a train station platform that can happen. If you want the happy one, stay behind the yellow line. You again.
Why can't I die? You're just magic.
Please don't talk about somebody turning their back and blowing your way to somebody in the toilet. No, oh, you could have done that if you did. Fuck! Fudge!
Killed, and that's I respect.
What, you guys are dropping from that window? Who just dunked it? Oh fuck! You're bigger than I expected! Ah! I don't know what our options are. We're just gonna eat it. It's not good. Oh lord, it's not good.
I've beans this up, haven't I? Well, I'm just gonna leave. I've already ruined this.
I chose my targets poorly. Right, do you two want to fucking get in there and oh lord! Walk off. See, like, look at that, perfect dodge. I had no idea it was coming. You can't be afraid of what you don't know is coming. Never mind.